2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Ibaka is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at point guard. Now, here is George. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary. That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely. Great release. And big-time shot there.
Here's Powell. Lays it up and banks it in.
Uncovered at the rim. Finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here is Morris. Outside Leonard. Powell with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. They get a hand on it. Covington with the steal. And a wide open look for McCollum. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter finds McCollum. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Morris throws it down.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now, here's Covington. Three-pointer, Lillard. They grab their own miss.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
George against McCollum. Leonard on the wing. The three doesn't go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to. And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now here's McCollum. 11 feet away. Goes up the baseline. Goes back up. Takes the three. They shoot again. Nobody near Lillard. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Beverly wide open. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Three-pointer, Lillard, and another three for Portland.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
George dishes to Ibaka. Now Morris. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Over McCollum. This one for three, and there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. George has got 8 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Lillard against Beverly. In the corner, Powell with it. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lillard. That one rolling around and rims out.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
To stop the run, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after the...
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm and had it.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard.
And, you know, if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, GA. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. That is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
Here's Jackson. Batum trying to break loose. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it. And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And good that time.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Kennard. Here's Zubac. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Kennard. Lets it go with a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Kennard against Jones. Hollis Jefferson passes to Nurkic. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
George against Jones. And George kicks to Batum. Launches it. And it's George missing.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Hollis Jefferson passes to McCollum. 3-pointer. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Zubac. Now the pass to Kennard. Here's the three. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
And here's McCollum. Dishes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Shoots it. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Portland trailing here. The three from McCollum. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Hollis Jefferson's got his first points of the game. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The three from McCollum. There it is, only a second basket. He's missed 8. That's a sad 20%.
As CJ's saying, not so fast. I'm not letting you get away from us tonight. There's the return payback three.
George with no one around. Off target from outside.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. 24 seconds left to play in the first half. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. All going up court. Again, the Trailblazers score.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
It's Jackson with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple rough stretches. And that...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden. I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Simons, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Pass to Beverley. Back to George. Leonard on the wing. With a step back. He squares up and sinks it. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Here's Lillard, and the rejection by Ibaka. Here's George, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Lillard with the bucket.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Stolen away. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Foul for 3. Leonard with the steal. Passes it to Beverly. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Lillard outside. There's the dish to Covington. To the inside. Cantor kicks to Powell. 6 to shoot. Lillard from outside. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Leonard the pass to Morris. The feed to Ibaka. And stolen by Lillard. The pass to Cantor. Covington dishes to Powell. From 13. No good on the shot. A bit long that time for Los Angeles. They've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Kennard's shot is off. Portland leading. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. The shake. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Portland also making some changes. Collins comes in for Enes Kanter. And Carmelo Anthony has subbed in for Lillard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Collins controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Collins has got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Now Collins continues to play hard and determined to get inside to make it happen.
Morris into the lane, and Morris throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
The shot by Powell, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble.
Simons, the pass to Powell. Here's Simons, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Anthony, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the shot goes in.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Powell, the pass to Simons. Kicks it to Collins. Powell with it. Up in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers lead by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel Nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's McCollum in at the 1. Back to Hollis-Jefferson. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. Beverly finds Ibaka. Here's Morris. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And here they go. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there. Gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 3. For the finish. Pulls up. The putback. It's good on the putback.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Beverly up top. He is guarded by McCollum. Morris outside. But they'll get another chance. George against Nurkic. And the wide open shot from Morris. Hollis-Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis-Jefferson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Portland moving the ball around. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Jones looking for an opening. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Nurkic. Outside, George. Had the space there, but it's offline. And it's Jones with the ball for Portland. Here's McCollum. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Now Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by 5. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
Now, here's Lillard. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. And the second chance effort by McCollum.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
And George kicks to Morris. George against McCollum. Leonard on the wing. Outside for George. Ibaka drawing the double team. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Trailblazers leading by 5. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. puts up a three with the tip, and Cantor able to finish. And it's a 7-point Portland lead.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hand.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Covington finds Lillard. From downtown, hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And with those smooth strides of his, Ibaka able to beat the defenders to the punch on that dribble drive.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. No good. So the Trailblazers win it. They keep. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here. So the Nets starting 5. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. Now here's Harden. Outside, KD. The three-pointer, no good. Ibaka looking for an opening. Outside, George. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Irving after the basket by Los Angeles. In the corner, Harden. No good with the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Got that bucket in no time at all. George has got 5 now.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley making it easy for his teammate to score.
Outside Irving. There's the feed to KD. The kick out to Irving. Harris passes to Irving. 5 to shoot. Baseline J on the way. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
George with no one around. Offensive rebound. No good there. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Leonard with no one around. That ball's nice feed that time from George.
Well, Kawhi Leonard put in the time to become a big-time threat from range. That is beautiful.
Harden scanning the floor. Pass to Irving. Will it go? Rebound by the Clippers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
KD, that's for 2. And that one hits back iron.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Harris drives in. Got a hand on it.
Wow, Patrick Beverley, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
Leonard, a good look. And that one's on target from the wing. He has 5. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Green's checked in. Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Now here's Durant. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
Nets trail by 5. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harden finds Harris. Bangs home the trifecta.
Catch and shoot. Is that Joe Harris's specialty? I think it is.
There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. And Jordan sends it back.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
KD dishes to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's KD. Again, the Nets for 2.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Jackson with it. That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And recently, Kevin.
I think you get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Green. He's out there with Brown. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Here's Irving. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Jackson finds Kennard. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Well, guys, you see it so often. Kyrie Irving's speed makes him easy to foul.
For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And George is subbed in for Kennard.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Dinwiddie against Jackson, and it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Harden's checked in. Passes to Brown. In the corner, Harden. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Morris with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Now, here's George. He's got 5. And it's George finishing it off.
And some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Harden the pass to Claxton. 4 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie kicks to Green. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Morris outside. Shoots the 3. Takes a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Harden outside. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Pass to Brown. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Here's Harden. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Brown. And Harris subbed in for Dinwiddie. Durant against George. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
There are nights where it's impossible to stop Paul George. He is such a strong guy who knows how to convert through these plays.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Nets. Irving's checked in for James Harden. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's KD. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
I think Kevin Durant prides himself on doing everything at an elite level. And really, think about how he's improved his defense in the prime of his career.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. Beverly the pass to Morris. 56 seconds left here in the second. Shots good by Ibaka.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Now here's Irving. Left side Durant. And that one goes long.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drops in the tray.
I'll tell you, KD has such a beautiful looking stroke. He's been doing that at an elite level for a long time.
Beverly against Irving. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Here's Zubats. Off on the layup. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been...
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest advantage of the period. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Ibaka.
Well, that's the veteran poise of Ibaka on display. Doesn't let the shot clock affect his judgment.
Now here's Harden. Outside, KD. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Clippers leading by 7. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. And the Nets also making a change. Jordan's checked in.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Ibaka, the pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Harden bounce pass. Inside, Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Here's Ibaka. Jordan with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Harden with it. George picks him up. Harden kicks to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris, no good. Los Angeles leading by 9. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Irving looking for an opening. Jordan finds Griffin. No good that time. Great D that time from Batum. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. 1:03 left in the third. And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Jackson. And the layup is good. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
George against Irving. Dishes to Griffin. The 3 from Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by George. Jackson's got 6 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Harden Harden with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Morris, no good. He lobs it up. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Durant, also Green out there, and it's Luwawu in at the 2 spot. And the pass to KD. Steps back and fires. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Clippers leading by 13. And here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Leonard on the wing. The 3. Counts that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Dinwiddie outside. At the top of the key, Durant. Looking to get it going. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, the size and height of Kevin Durant makes him a prime threat to throw it down. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Morris finds Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly from outside the arc. That's a 2 from Kennard.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Durant, the pass to Dinwiddie. Durant against Leonard. Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to Green. Just 5 on the clock. KD's shot is off.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Again, Leonard missing. Nets trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Pass to Claxton. Durant deciding where to go with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Harden dishes to Irving. The pass to Harris. And here is Green. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. It's George on the wing. Back to Morris. Clock at 4. Here's Ibaka. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. To the middle. Here's Harden. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 9 points for James Harden.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Jordan, he's checked in for Jeff Green. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. Outside Durant. Fires for three. Good on the three-point shot. Durant's got 7 points for the quarter.
But just the silky smoothness of the release of Kevin Durant. What a treat to watch.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Outside for George. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Los Angeles with another miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. At one point, they led by 16. The three from George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. On the wing, Irving. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. KD's shot is good.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's deflected. It's stolen by Harris.
Disappointing day for him. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Cousins inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. Down low, here's Antetokounmpo over Leonard. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. Hey, Steve, 2 defensive-minded teams in the building tonight. Both are good at getting stops.
Yeah, Kevin, this is going to be one of those chess match basketball games we get a chance to see. Difference, I think, will be the team that can somehow get easy baskets will make the difference.
5 on the clock and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Outside Holiday. Antetokounmpo looking it over.
Watch him.
Shot clock at 6. And the 3 off target. Here's the Clippers. Leonard inside. Defended by DiVincenzo.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Here's Holiday. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Drew Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
Antetokounmpo, no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lopez finds Holiday. Fires the 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
The problem for your perimeter defense, if you close hard on Holiday, he can put the ball on the floor and beat you that way.
And there's the pass to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Here's Lopez. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Beverley, the pass to George. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Bucks. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Milwaukee also making some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Leonard missing. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Batum with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Portis drives in.
Bobby Portis doesn't mind a physical game. He takes it and he dishes it out.
The Bucks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Jackson against T. Pass to Leonard. A 3-ball. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 8 points.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Outside Teague, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Outside Jackson. No good on the triple. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Passes it to Zubac. Inside. Outside for Jackson. Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Portis. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Milwaukee, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Right side George. Shoots over Tucker, and again, no good by the Clippers. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And recently, on the subject of trash talking, Giannis.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's George in at the 3. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. The Bucks also changing it up. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Teague in for Bryn Forbes. Jackson finds Kennard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. Beautiful by Bobby Portis. Catches it in rhythm, and we know about the confidence he has.
Now, here is George. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Three-pointer. Shot clock at 5. Back to Batum. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Shoots over Batum. Antetokounmpo, no good. The Clippers trail. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. Holiday looking over the floor. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Here's George. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Holiday throws it down.
Drew does it how it's supposed to be done. Changes ends quickly, puts himself in the right position to finish.
Middleton against George. Over Middleton. And he overshot that one, missing.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And he gets it to go. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clippers trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Beverly out to Ibaka. For 3, stolen by Holiday.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw, no good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Paul George. LA's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And Leonard has it in the corner. To halt the run, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Morris. That one off the back iron and out.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is. And it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Morris, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Bucks leading by 7. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Here's Teague. No points in the game yet for him. Outside Portis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Fires from 14. No good on the last second attempt there. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The period came to a close with them.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5. Holiday, the pass to Lopez, stolen by Beverly, and now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Nobody near George. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Holiday against Beverly. Lets it go from 14. DiVincenzo can't hit it. LA has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's George missing.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Hey, yo, right here.
George looking over the floor. Just 5 to shoot. For the lead. And it's George again missing. Milwaukee in the lead. And that one, good.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Back to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Ibaka, no luck. Bucks leading by 4. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Giannis outside. The kick out to Holiday. 4 on the clock. From the arc. They get it back. It's good on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Back to George. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. George has got 5 now.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Outside Holiday. Lopez outside. Kicks it down to Middleton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence as these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Morris passes to Kennard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jackson looking around.
As a defender, Middleton can suffocate you with his length. Nice stop there.
To the inside, Lopez. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Teague in for Drew Holiday.
And the key for Lopez is playing strong. When he does this, he makes an impact on both ends.
Up top, Morris, guarded by Tucker. Here's Jackson. Kennard on the wing. On its way from Ibaka for two. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee leading by 4. Tucker dishes to Antetokounmpo. To the paint. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And I know this coaching staff loves seeing Lopez play a physical brand of basketball, even if it means he has to take a few knocks here and there.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And George kicks to Ibaka. Lopez with the steal. And it's the Bucks on the break. Antetokounmpo running. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Bucks on top. They're up by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Bucks with some changes. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Teague in for Bryn Forbes. From deep, George. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Portis can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 6. Pass to Beverly. Ibaka outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Ibaka's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Los Angeles. And for Milwaukee, their shooting struggle is apparent. 37% from the field. Teague, the pass to Portis. Back to Teague. Inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in.
Great job there to make this a 2-possession game.
Outside, George. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Teague, the pass to Portis. The kick out to Teague. 5 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Here's Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for P.J. Tucker. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Teague. And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. To tie it up, George. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. DiVincenzo against George. Here's Leonard. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Outside Holiday. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday staying very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. Ball's knocked loose. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball. Fires the 3. Here's Beverly. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Bucks leading by 4. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. A minute 20 left in the fourth. Double team on Holiday. Giannis outside. Second chance shot, and it's Lopez laying it in. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's George, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
51 seconds left in the game. Holiday against Beverly. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. A three-pointer off the mark. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Ibaka with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. From deep, George. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Got it.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Over in the corner, Beverly. No good from three-point territory. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbound, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of move, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
How about David? Thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the Clippers starting five. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Now, here's Beverley. George up top. He's guarded by McCollum. Clock at 6. And George. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go hard.
and putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Lillard. Back to McCollum. Stolen by George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And Leonard gets it to go.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Lillard finds Powell. Offline with his three. Here's Los Angeles now. To the wing right side. George against McCollum. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense. His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
McCollum against George. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Ibaka. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Off target with his three. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ibaka dishes to Morris. Ibaka, the pass to Morris. It's off his foot, and the officials saying it was kicked. There's the three.
Known for his defensive chops, Covington's length and timing is what allows him to bother shooters.
Back to McCollum. Here's Nurkic. Foul for three. The rebound by Ibaka. Nurkic with the steal. Powell kicks to Lillard. The tray. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Beverly dishes to George. Here's Leonard. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And here's McCollum. After Paul George getting his three to go. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Canner. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Back to Batum. All sorts of time. Rebound by Anthony.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Leonard missing. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. 4-point game. And the layup's good off the glass.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jackson against Lillard. Left side, Leonard. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Nobody near Leonard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
Here's Lillard. Beyond the arc. But they recover it. Simons Stolen by Zubats. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Batum against Collins. Jackson misses.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And back with Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
when I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Morris is checked in.
Ball coming.
Simons surveying the D. Here's McCollum. And he makes good on the layup. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Right side Jackson. Can't hit from in close. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Anthony. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Nicholas Batum. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers also changing it up. Paul George is checked in for Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings to the table.
From deep, George. The Clippers rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Now here's McCollum. From past the arc. It's good from long range. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him this shot if you're the deep.
The 3 from George. Nailed from three-point land.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Great pass to set up the lay-in. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Beverly kicks to Zubats. Back to Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 4 on the shot clock. Here's George. George missing again. Portland trailing here. And now Portland on the break. The shot by Lillard wide open. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Zubats the pass to George. Shakes him. And the layup is up and in. He's got 10.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Lillard looking around. Outside Collins. Kicks it out to Lillard for the 3. Trailblazers keep it alive. McCollum outside. Back to Kanter. Morris against Lillard. Tries yet again. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George against Collins. It's George on the wing. He's got 10. That's a 2 from Kennard. Again, Los Angeles.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Here is Lillard. Paul George with the steal. One-on-one here. Zubac finds Beverly. Back to Zubac. In the corner, Kennard with it. And another 3 for the Clippers.
They set Kennard up so well. He takes a composed shot and drains it.
Lillard against Beverly. Stolen by Beverly. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The shot by George, no good. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by George.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
And it goes down 2 points. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
And so it's Los Angeles.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and that's...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Marcus Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins, and at the 5, roaming the paint. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
McCollum outside. Lillard right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard again missing. Los Angeles leading by 9. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins, skilled at spotting the open man.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
There you go, his first 3-pointer of the night. That should calm him down, maybe even get him going a little bit.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
From deep 3-point range, Portland with a new 14. That one falls. Nurkic has got his first points in this one.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
George finds Cousins. Back to George. Passes it to Kennard. Jacks up a 3. From deep. And it's Beverly missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
George up top. Guarded by Powell. George with the ball. Powell on him. And then Cousins with the dunk.
I love the chemistry Cousins has with these guys. I mean, sensational at finishing these alley-oop opportunities.
Lillard with it. He's got 9. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Nurkic with the steal. 3-on-3. To the left side wing. Covington in the corner. Back to Nurkic. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And he banks in the layup.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lets it go from deep. Cousins pulls it in.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Jones looking for an opening. Batum with the steal. And here's Leonard from 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Little. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Jones up top. Pass to Simons. Out to the wing. Little dishes to Jones. Poke loose. 5 on the clock. Here's Anthony.
And that's just exceptional timing from Batum, really getting in that jersey of the shooter.
Leonard inside. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Clippers.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
To the inside, Kanter. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
A true inside-outside player. We know Kanter can hit a 3, but he's at his best closer in.
To the paint, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Simons, the pass to Anthony. He sinks the 11-footer.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Leonard finds Ibaka. Jackson against Powell. Out to Ibaka. There's the triple. And it's rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 7. Powell with it. Guarded now by Jackson.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
A shot by Batum. No good. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. George is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson against Lillard. In the corner, Powell with it. Portland no good that time either. Clippers leading by 7. And George kicks to Batum. George against Covington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. Lays it up off the glass.
You can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over it.
George against McCollum. Here's Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. Beverley against Lillard. Here's McCollum. And they call the foul, so a chance at the... And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Ibaka, banked in off the glass. Ibaka's got 4 points this quarter.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
That's a 2 from Powell. And no good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Outside Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. 11 feet away. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. It's McCollum on the wing. Beyond the arc. It's money from deep.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. The energy is mounting. Almost time for basketball. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA, it's on.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in its small forward. And for Brooklyn, they've got Joe Harris. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the one. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one. I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Leonard finds Morris. Outside Leonard. They get it back. And here are the Nets. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by George. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Ibaka for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here's Harden. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Durant. And that time, also a missed shot.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
A nice shot by George.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Irving. Kicks it out to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Just 2 to shoot.
Just such an elite defender with unreal instincts. Kawhi Leonard consistent at locking up whoever it is he's guarding.
Morris, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here is Morris. Back to George. Griffin with the steal. There's the lob to Harden. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time.
Here's Leonard. And it's KD with the rebound. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morrison's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Leonard kicks to George. Throws it up high. Ibaka, no luck.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Three-pointer. Morris passes to Ibaka. And there it is for him.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harden kicks to KD. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Harden the pass to KD. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. Irving kicks to Durant. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
Now, there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Back to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 6.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add.
And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. Irving passes to Claxton. And the rejection by Zubats. And they're running. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 7. Irving with a clean look. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. It seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game. Both shots good from the stripe. Clippers leading by 7. Outside Leonard. Stolen by Harden. Pass to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. Harden with it. Jackson on him. Harden, no good. The Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Claxton, there's the killer two-handed slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
It's tipped. Kennard finds Zubats. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 5. Bobbed up there for Green. It's not going to go for him. There's the pass to Zubats. Outside for Batum. Jackson from long range. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
The drive by Green. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got 4 this quarter.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Fires the 3. The shot that time, not on target. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie. Green passes to Claxton. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Passes to Claxton. Here's Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Down low, Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Now, this is what his coaches like to see. Jackson making an effort to distribute the ball in that situation.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Jackson against Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Los Angeles leading by 3. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 3 seconds left. No good on the shot. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to... Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. They didn't wait long to put together a... Thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clock at 4, Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the monster jam.
George against Harris. It's stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris has got the ball. The kick out to Irving. Nets passing it around. In the corner, it's Harris. Jordan trying to free himself up. Tries again. And the layup is good. Jordan's got his first 2 points.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Nobody near Leonard. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that one, good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Irving passes to KD. He feeds it to Griffin. That's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that one's good. Beverly.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. George with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Bruce Brown comes in for Kevin Durant. And James Harden subbed in for Irving. Back to Morris, 6 to shoot. A second chance effort. That's good for George on the assist by Morris. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverley. Count the basket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention four-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
George passes to Ibaka. The rebound by the Nets. Dinwiddie attacking. That one good for 2. Dinwiddie's got it back down to within single digits for the Nets.
Well, Blake Griffin can find his teammates. The timing on that play, impressive.
Now, here is George. 12 points for him. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Harden against Jackson. Outside Batum. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Joe Harris is checked in for Dinwiddie. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Clippers leading by 7. George looking over the floor. Right at the free throw line. It doesn't go for him.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the 1. So that's the Nets 5.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
To the middle. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jeff Green. George is checked in for the Clippers. Nets trail by 7. Here's Harden. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard, and he commits the intentional foul. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Ibaka dishes to Leonard. And Finished off by Leonard.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
And the net shooting around 41% on the night. Stolen by Beverly. The numbers in their favor. The finish, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
They get it again. Durant. Great D that time from Leonard. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the first one drops. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Los Angeles leading by 14. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Ibaka outside. Beverly the pass to George. Drills it from outside.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter. Paul George can get it going from distance.
And Harden launches it from deep. No good again that time.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And a deep three from George. Rebound, Brooklyn. Durant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Irving way outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers leading by 19 points. Leonard fires away from outside. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, he thought he could slip by there and grab the board, but got too much body and gets called for going over the back.
Well, he plays super active on the glass, so calls like this are to be expected.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
The pass to George, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
No good on the quick 3. Nets trail by 19. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Griffin.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Passes it to Ibaka. Back to George. And it's sent back by Irving. High post Ibaka. Shot clock at 5. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Right side Leonard. Ibaka against Griffin. Ibaka right side. Pass to Beverly. The three. Brooklyn with the rebound. 3 on 3. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Rondo with the ball. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo screams it in.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
Now here's Beverly, and stolen by DiVincenzo. The kick out to Lopez. Here's Middleton. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Paul George. Leonard against Holiday. Leonard attacking, taken away by Holiday. Pushing it up. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. The shot's good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Milwaukee?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here is Holiday. Morris with the rebound.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Leonard, no luck. The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
And the Clippers have possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Here's George after the basket by Milwaukee. Feeds it to Ibaka. DiVincenzo against George. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now here is Holiday. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Leonard. And it's Giannis missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. And that'll tie this game up.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Shoots the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The shot by George, wide open. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's DiVincenzo. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Leonard. Again, the Clippers. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Holiday with it. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Middleton left side. Lets it go with a three. Not going to go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Nobody near Leonard. Knocks down the three ball. Leonard's got 9.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 or 5.
Outside Holiday. He dishes it to Lopez. On the wing, Holiday. With 1 on the clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game will slow down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived. Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
Whew, that's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Portis. Cousins pulls it in. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Fade away. Jackson misses.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Now Tucker. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 5 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Here's Connaughton, and the rejection by Cousins. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And the Bucks with some changes. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Teague. Here is Forbes. Right side, Portis. 6 feet out. Shoots over Cousins. Portis can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. From deep, George. Rebounded by the Bucks.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Yeah, and that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Teague comes in for Bryn Forbes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for George. Here's Teague from downtown. Drills the three-pointer. Tucker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Kennard finds Batum. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Here's Ibaka, and he uses the glass on the layup. Ibaka's got his second bucket.
Nice instincts in these pick and roll sets. Batum taking whatever passing lane he sees.
Now here's Teague. Inside, Portis. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo against Batum. Antetokounmpo kicks to Teague. Antetokounmpo inside. Leonard's there. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Pass to Tucker from deep three-point range. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. LA's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Kicks it out to Leonard. The 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton. Out to the right wing. Here's Tucker. Milwaukee. No good that time either.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even.
Thanks.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. George looking around. The tray. Here's Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George. Ibaka's got 6 points.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Outside Holiday. On the wing, Giannis. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. George against DiVincenzo. George with the bucket. And now a 3-point Clipper lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Holiday against Beverly. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Cousins is checked in. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Bucks. The importance of the 3-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the 3-point line.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Lopez up top. He's guarded by Cousins. Here's Antetokounmpo.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Jackson in for George. Pass to Jackson. It's Solomon to Kumbo. And Middleton with a clear path to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, that was a nice leak out by Middleton. Took advantage of his quickness there.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Batum against DiVincenzo. Morris passes to Batum. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Batum, good. Batum's got his first basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Holiday looking over the floor. He kicks it to Middleton. Giannis high post. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Giannis has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Jackson is doubled. Back to Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. Bucks trail by 5. Here we go, one-on-one. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
The shot. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So it's the Clippers now. They lead by 7. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward.
And that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
And Morris drops them both. Here's Holiday. It's Portis atop the key. Middleton up top, covered by Morris. Back to Middleton. Clock at 2.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Morris finds Beverly. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And here's Leonard from 3. Sinks the triple.
Timeout.
Leonard's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Guys, how about all the second chance points they've been able to convert throughout the game?
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. And yes, it's good.
You know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot. Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside, George. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
Stolen by Middleton, but another fast break opportunity here. And he dunks it down.
You can really see Middleton now starting to emerge as a leader for this team. Whenever they're looking for an important basket, he provides it.
Now the pass to Ibaka. Holiday against Beverly. Here's Ibaka. Takes it out to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the baseline. And it's off the back rim. No good. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Outside Holiday. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Middleton outside. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Left side, Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. Defended by Middleton. Tries from 10. And that one's good. Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Outside Holiday. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. The Bucks working the ball around. For 3, Middleton. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Here now the Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to George. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought. Thank you, David. Great.